So in the last video we saw that if suppose a bar is subjected to loads which is varying from portion to portion, then in that case how to calculate the deformation in those kinds of bar. But in this section, in this video, we will see this. We will take up this second case, that is when a bar is subjected to continuously varying load. Now for this again, what we will do is we will try to straight away take one example to understand this second case. Now here we have a bar which is vertically suspended. So basically this is a bar which is vertically suspended and it is fixed here at this location. And then we need to find the expression for the extension of this bar due to its self weight. Now since we want to find its extension due to the self weight, therefore we can say that this is a self weight. It will continuously vary from each section to section. If I consider this as a section, if I consider one section here at this location, if I consider one small section, then here the weight because of self load, I mean the full load because of self weight, will be only because of this portion. Whereas if I take one more section here, then in this case here at this section the load because of self weight will be because of this entire section up to here. Similarly, if I consider one more section here, then the load at that section will be because of the self weight, of this much of the section. So this is the reason why the load is continuously varying here. So because of this, what we will do is, in order to establish the expression or to find the expression, I will consider here one small element. Let it be at a distance of x. So let this small element be at a distance of x, and this x is from which end? This x is from free end. This is the free end, this is the fixed end. So what I will say, in order to derive this expression, let or I'll say consider a small element of, say, of length dx, at, this is x, all right, this is dx, at, say, at distance x from free end. So basically what we are doing, we are considering a small element of length dx at a distance x from free end, and therefore the load acting at this section will be what? The load acting at this section P. That is, the load acting at this section will be how much load will act here? It will be because of this segment, right? This portion. And if the cross sectional area of this bar is, say, a, all right, the cross sectional area of this bar is, say, a, then how much will be the volume here up to here? How much will be this volume? Here? How much will be this volume? It will be nothing but area, cross sectional area, multiplied by this length, right? How much it is? X. So this total load acting on this small element will be how much? It will be area multiplied by x, which is volume, and this volume multiplied by this unit weight of the material is given as gamma. So unit weight of the material multiplied by this much of volume will give us what? It will give us basically the load acting on the section. So basically what this is giving us how much load will act at this section because of this much of volume. So once I get this, now I can very easily find how much will be the deformation in this segment. So basically the deformation in this segment, or I can say extension, in elemental length will be how much? It will be PL. L is how much for this element? How much is its length? It is dx, right? So P into dx multiplied by A into E. Yes. So how I can write this now? P. I can write this P as A times x multiplied by gamma, which is nothing but a unit weight of the material, multiplied by this length dx divided by AE. So what is this now? This is the extension of this small element. Alright, this is the extension of this small element, and if say the total length is L of this material, and if say this total length is L of this bar, alright, this total length is L, then in order to find the extension in this entire bar, because of this self weight Ax, I mean because of this load Ax into Y, what we need to do, I will have to integrate this expression, right? So basically then the extension in bar will be equal to what? It will be equal to, it will be equal to this expression. I will have to integrate this expression Ax gamma dx divided by A. I will have to integrate this from 0 to L. Then I see here that this A and this A is same, so I can basically cancel out this A. This gamma is unit weight, right? This gamma is unit weight of the material. Then I can remove this unit weight outside, right? So if I remove this unit weight outside, and even this E is same, even this E will be constant for the material. So basically if I remove this constant gamma and E outside, I have here integral of x with respect to dx from 0 to L. So basically I will get this what? I will get this as x square by 2, and the limit goes from 0 to L. So basically I get the extension in bar as, I will get this extension in bar as gamma L square divided by 2E. So this will be the extension in bar, because of because of self weight, so this is how I can find the extension in a bar because of self weight, or because of the load which is continuously varying. Alright, so this is one example I wanted to show you all. I can consider one more example in order to make this concept very clear. What we will do is, we will take one similar example of this kind. So here basically what we have is, earlier we had a cross section which was intact, right? It had a uniform cross section over the length. But here the cross section is becoming small, and finally it is converging to a point. So basically this is a kind of a cone which is suspending vertically. It is fixed here at this location. Now this diameter is D, alright, this diameter is D here, and here the diameter is 0, it is of length L. So in order to find the extension due to the self weight, what I will have to do is again the same thing. First of all, I will have to consider a small element of length dx. So what I will do, I will consider a small element. I'll consider a small element of length, how much? Of length dx, and where I am considering it, at a distance x from free end, right? And then again, then what will be the load acting on this small element because of this volume? It will be nothing but, we have given here the unit weight is how much? Unit weight is gamma, right? Unit weight is gamma. Therefore how much will be the self weight here? Therefore the self weight where? Self weight on this elemental length, right? Self weight on elemental length dx, that is on this elemental length, the self weight will be how much? It will be volume, this volume multiplied by this unit weight. So how do we give the volume of a cone? It will be 1/3 of, volume is given by 1/3 of area, base area. Base area is how much? Base area is pi by 4 d square multiplied by height. Height is how much? It is x. So this is basically the area, basically the volume of this cone, right? 1/3 of area multiplied by height. So 1/3 of area is pi by 4 d square multiplied by height, and the self weight will be what? Multiplied by the unit weight. The unit weight is gamma. So if I just rewrite this again, or I will just leave it as it is. All right. So this is the weight, or this is the load which will be acting at this small elemental length dx. So therefore, how much will be the extension now in this small elemental length? So extension of this element, extension of element dx will be equal to what? it will be PL by AE. So usually we give deformation as PL by A, right? So how much is P here in this case? It is P is nothing but it is gamma times 1/3 of pi by 4 d square multiplied by x, right? This is P. How we got it? From here, right? Self weight. Here the self weight itself will act like a force. Then I have to multiply this by length. How much is the length of this element? The length of this small element is just dx, right? It is just dx divided by, I need to now divide this by what? I need to divide this by area. So how much is the area here? Area will be nothing but it will be pi by 4 d square. Area will be pi by 4 d square, and then I have to multiply this by E. So in this case I can very well neglect this term with this term, right? I can neglect this term, and then finally I will get this as 1/3 of gamma divided by E multiplied by x times dx. So this is the extension in this small element of length dx. And then suppose say if I want to find the extension in the entire bar, what I can do, I will have to integrate it from 0 to L. So extension of bar will be equal to, extension of bar will be equal to how much? It will be from 0 to L, there will be gamma by 3e x dx. So this will be equal to gamma by 3e. It will be integral from 0 to L x dx. So further I can just integrate this as x square by 2 from limit 0 to L, and I will get this as gamma L square by 6e. So this is the extension of this bar when it is when it is subjected to what? When it is subjected to a self weight. So this is what I wanted to explain you in this session.